All right, this is on our review problem number 10. It reads, a group of students were asked if they carry a credit card. The responses are listed below in a table, which I'll put up here in a second. If a student is selected at random, find the probability that he or she owns a credit card given that the student is a freshman. One of the big giveaways here is this given word. Typically, when we see the word given in a problem, that implies conditional probability. Not all the time, but when there's prior knowledge, then we should know we're dealing with conditional probability. And recall, the probability of an event B occurring given that A has already occurred is the probability of A and B occurring at the same time, or how many times that happens, divided by the probability that A occurs by itself, or the number of times that A occurs. So let's look at our data here, and then we'll work it out. See, we have our classes, and they were either freshmen or sophomores, like at community college. And then we'll have a totals row down here. And they either had a credit card, so let me abbreviate that, credit card, or they did not have a credit card. That's the only question we asked. And then we're going to add up some totals this way too. And the data is as follows. We had 39 freshmen that had a credit card. We had 32 freshmen that did not have a credit card. If we add those across, we see that we had, oops, a little mistake here. There's a similar question right after this one, and I'm looking at the wrong table. 39, we had 21 that did not have a credit card for a total of 60 freshmen. 23 sophomores had a credit card. 17 did not, for a total of 40 sophomores. Now, if we add down the total number of students that had a credit card, regardless of what grade they were in or what year they were in, was, let's see, 50 and 12 is 62. And the number that did not have a credit card was the other 38. And you can see adding both directions, either this direction or this direction, gives you 100. That was the total number of students in the survey. So we're being asked, what's the probability that a student has a credit card given they're a freshman? So we're looking for the probability of credit card given freshman. Now I'm going to rewrite the above formula. Instead of using A's and B's, I'm going to use credit cards and freshmen to make sure that I get the right. I was notorious for getting this mixed up when I was sitting in your seat taking this class. So I'm trying to be very careful about it now, because it's not that hard of a problem if you're careful. So we can see that this would be the numerator would be the probability of being a freshman and having a credit card. That's from there. And now notice on the bottom, the second one here is what goes into your denominator. So that is the probability of just being a freshman, or the number of freshmen we have. So for our problem, we first ask, what's the probability of being a freshman and having a credit card? Well, how many freshmen had credit cards? We find that right here in our table. 39 freshmen had credit cards. Now, technically, and I'm going to do this way, but I'll show you how to simplify it a little bit. That is the probability of being both a freshman and having a credit card. So we're going to end up with a fraction over a fraction, which is a little awkward, but the denominators in those fractions are always going to cancel out. So you'll just get to the point where you won't even write the denominators, I think, and you'll just write the 39 on the top and then on the bottom, the number of freshmen. But I want to show you what's going on with the formula, because it does say probability here. The denominator is, notice it's the number of freshmen, and it's not, it has, at this point, that has nothing to do with who has a credit card or not. It just wants to know what's the probability of being a freshman. So we're interested in the total freshmen in the survey. We find that right here. So the probability of selecting someone who's just a freshman is 60 out of 100. And now you can see what happens here is these denominators cancel out. So you could have just written the 39 over the 60. And that's probably functionally what you will do. And that makes it a little easier, a little neater. We're left with 39 over 60. So the probability is 39 over 60 that given the student is a freshman, let's see, that he or she will have a credit card. Let me figure that out. My little calculator out here and do the decimal for that. 39 divided by 60. 0.65. So 0.65 probability that if given a freshman that they have a credit card, or 65%.